Those fallen rocks seem to be hiding something.
The tunnel looks like it was dug by hand, but there's no way in. The entrance must have caved in during the battle just now.
Wow! I can't even hear the sound of wind passing through. This tunnel's been completely warded off.
Guess we'll just have to go around then. It looks like Miss Muriel was pointing us towards the heights, north of Ryham. I know a path to get there. Follow me! Hold it right there! See this? It's the emblem of the heroic order. Now tell me who sent you. What exactly are your orders?
Please have mercy. Lord Franz paid us to serve as guards. Go find our captain. He's the one carrying the contract. Huh? You want to hire me? Sure. Just keep it a secret from my captain, and I'll cut you a good deal. But it'll have to wait until our job is done here. We signed a long-term contract with Lord Franz, so I won't be free for another few months. Just think it over, okay? Indeed, I can attest to that. Need someone to watch over your house? I can do other stuff too, like carpentry.
So, money's all that matters to you guys, huh? Go tell your captain that your job here is over. You can go find work somewhere else now.
What? What do you mean? Lord Franz didn't pay us this month? Arrested?
The news will be posted all over Hollowstone tomorrow, if you don't believe me. If you still want to give your life to Lord Franz, that's your choice. Just know that you'll be doing it for free. So this way. This looks like where Lord Franz keeps his treasures.
You there! Tell me about these grapes right now.
Calm down. Why are you suddenly reacting so intensely?
Are you the one spreading rumors about Lord Franz getting arrested? Oh, what a load. Aside from being filthy rich, the guy's got connections with nobles all over the kingdom. Do you think he'd get locked up so easily? Once they let him go, the first thing he's gonna do is ask if we've done our jobs. So stay out of our business.
Answer me. Did Lord Franz plant these grapes too? When were they planted?
The guy who worked the previous shift says that he planted them with some woman in black 3 years ago.
Shut your trap, idiot. Don't tell them anything else. We ain't got any reason to answer you. Now scram.
3 years ago? Wasn't that before Southville planted their grapes in mass? If so, that means my hometown. But how did this happen? I have to find out.
Considering they're connected to Southville's grapes, we should investigate. And if they aren't willing to talk, we'll have to try something else. Relax. I won't go too hard on them.
Sorry. I must have gotten a little carried away. The truth is, I've seen similar magic in my hometown before. What? When did I tell you? Your memory is really impressive.
If only those guards were better at fighting than running away. Maybe then I could have beaten a few more answers out of them.
I have a theory, Magister Merlin. I'm sure you've already thought of it, but would you mind listening? Those mercenaries mentioned a woman in black appearing here alongside Lord Franz 3 years ago. This would have been before Southville began planting gemvine grapes. This place may be where they first tested these grapes. That's why this place ended up like this. Because gemvine grapes siphon the magic from the earth. I'm so honored to have reached the same conclusion as you, Magister Merlin.
In any case, we can't let these gemvine grapes continue to spread. Otherwise, Southville will end up just like this place.
I wouldn't mind lighting up the entire field if I had to. But will burning these grapevines really solve the problem? They're full of magical energy, after all.
Lady Mariel has a point. With how much power they've leached out of the land, I suspect these grapes would only regenerate if we tried to destroy them.
Regenerate? Does that mean the grapes in Southville can regenerate too?
Those have clearly been improved somehow. Even ordinary villagers with no magical talent would notice if sinister-looking grapes like this were planted all around them.
I see. And how are we supposed to get rid of these grapes?
Any ideas?
Of course. After all, he is the great Merlin.
Indeed. Even without your memories, you are still the mighty Merlin. And my ingenious teacher.
Look at that clearing surrounded by runes. I think those mercenaries are guarding something over there.
Stop right there, you lot.
Do I have to keep saying it? Look, Lord Franz has been...
I know exactly what happened to Lord Franz.
Then why are you still blocking our way? Are your lives really worth the money he paid you? Or maybe he promised you riches beyond your wildest dreams if you protected this place. Because let me tell you, you are dreaming if you believe him.
I don't know what we're guarding here, and I don't care to know what you're doing here. But a deal is a deal. We were paid to guard this place, and that's what we're going to do.
You don't need to uphold a contract with Lord Franz, you know. He's not exactly a good person.
Our honor depends on it. What kind of future will we have as mercenaries if we abandon our post simply because our client got arrested? So please, leave now before we're forced to carry out our duties.
I understand. You're not wrong for being loyal, but you placed your loyalty on the wrong person. Draw your weapons.
My shield is unbreakable!
We fought our hardest, but it still wasn't enough. We surrender. We have no way of upholding our part of the contract in the face of overwhelming power. I will order my men to gradually retreat. Do as you wish here.
He's gone. I guess he wasn't such a bad person after all.
General Hogan appreciates honorable fighters like him. Maybe the heroic order will have use for their services someday.
That must be the place where you hid the seal all those years ago. I can sense its residual magical energy. even after years and years of being drained of its power, I can still sense the warm determination woven into it. It was this very magic that sparked the flames in my heart. That flame has never been extinguished, Magister. Not even once. Now go. Cast your magic as you did in the past, and let its golden warmth wash over this land once more.
Wait! Oh, I didn't get to memorize the incantation. Would you mind doing it one more time?
And that, everyone, is the power of Merlin. I can sense a faint stirring deep within the earth. A heart that should have stopped beating long ago has begun to pulse with new vitality.
Does that mean the seal has been mended? Will the cold weather finally go back to normal?
In a matter of days, yes. This land needs some time to heal. As the cold, stiff earth regains consciousness, warmth and vitality will return once more.
Thank goodness it's finally over. We should go back and report everything to General Hogan. Yeah, it looks like I'll have a lot of paperwork to do. Wait, aren't we missing someone? Where'd the rabbit go? He didn't just run off, did he? I know he's a natural escape artist, but he really helped us out. I was even going to ask General Hogan to reward him for his troubles. Yeah, we should look for him outside of camp. I just hope nothing happened to him.
Oh, it's you guys. The wind is calling me. It brought me a message. It seems the situation in my homeland has become even worse. The Dark Forest. It's a sacred forest blessed by the deer spirit and protected by the stars themselves. It's also the place where I grew up. It used to be such a beautiful, harmonious place. But then, the corruption appeared. A filthy magic that can never be eradicated. One that grows back whenever we cut it down. Finding a way to purge the corruption is the whole reason I left my home in the first place. I've been wandering around looking for help ever since. I've spoken to a spire mage and even a druid in a cabin, but the answer's always the same. It's as if the corruption has a life and will of its own and refuses to be removed from our lands. So, when I heard there was a powerful mage living near Ryham, I figured I would test my luck. That's when I discovered those strange grapes. The magical instability in Ryham looked just like the corruption in the Dark Forest. I thought that if I followed you, I might find a way to get rid of the corruption. At first, I wasn't very hopeful. I didn't expect to come face to face with the legendary Merlin, nor did I expect you to purge the corruption in these lands. But I saw it all for myself, with my own eyes. If anyone can save my homeland, it's the great and powerful Merlin. So please, Magister Merlin, I'm begging you, will you deliver my home from certain doom, just like you did with Ryham? What? You're the all-powerful Merlin, aren't you? Oh well. Please, save my home. Save the Dark Forest.
So, he's running the show. You were able to save him, I see.
Yes, my lady. My apologies. I never intended for this eyesore to end up in your presence. I will remove him from your sight at once.
No, please! I beg you, give me one more chance.
One last chance.
Yes, just one last chance. I will not disappoint you, my lady.
I hope not, for your sake.
My lady, pardon me, but I've seen you kill for less.
He did help us with our little problem, so it wasn't a total failure on his part. I'll give him one last chance. All that matters is our little experiment on the other side of the dark forest.
General Hogan, we're back! It all went well!
Chippy, you're getting too excited. Of course Magister Merlin was going to fix the seal. Right?
I don't need details. It's an honor to have you here, helping Ryham. Come with me. It's time for a little celebration of the Traveler's Light. Steak, good brew, and freshly caught eels from the lake. Also, here are some nuts for you to enjoy, Chippy.
It's not often that the General is this generous. Unfortunately, we won't be able to enjoy this feast with you.
You're not saying no to my hospitality, are you? The Dark Forest? You mean the woodlands north of Hollystone? I heard there's been trouble in that region lately. The Wilders hold dominion in those lands, even though it's only across the river. As a magistrate of the Lightbearer Empire, I have no authority beyond Hollystone.
General, long story short, he has been invited by the Wilders to help solve a crisis that is very similar to what Ryham has gone through.
So, something strange is happening over there as well. Don't worry about it. I understand that nothing is more important than the safety of the people. I'll pray to Jura for you. I hope your journey goes well, and you return safely.
Magister, are you leaving without me again?
Magister Merlin, are you embarking on a new journey? I was talking to Miss Muriel about the principles of a magic circle, but I finished you were gone. Miss Muriel, are you going with Magister Merlin? I'm sorry if I was wasting your time earlier.
No need to apologize. I'm well aware that Magister Merlin is always running off to find the next disaster. Like oil and water, we can never mix. I'm destined to be without her company. Never mind. I'm used to waiting for him. At least this time you won't forget me, right, Magister? That's all I needed to hear.
Magister Merlin, I'll remain here with Miss Muriel and observe the results of the seal's restoration. We'll be able to see Ryham flourish once again. Dura above, wherever you may roam or stay, may your magic light the way.
What's wrong, Bunny Ears? Is there an issue with the boat?
No, the boat's fine. It's at the docks. Hasn't moved since I got here.
Things have been a little messy in the Dark Forest lately. Do you really have to go?
We're going there to fix it.
You? I I guess since you're a wilder, maybe you won't have a problem. Here's the deal. I'll get you there, but I won't do anything else.
Sure.
Same rules as before then.
Please tidy up a bit more. These are my guests, and I can't have them stuffed into the cargo hold like I was. Leave it to me. Then it's time to set sail. Dark Forest, I have returned.
What's happening here? The Dark Forest should be wilder territory, but it's swarming with light bearers everywhere.
Plus, people here seem like they've been wallowing in the mud, all grubby and upset.
Since you have a ship, it's best to depart from here. If there's space on your ship, kindly consider taking these refugees too.
Listen up, Corin, my friend. Regardless of your identities and origins, this place doesn't seem fit for camping. It's pretty damp and cold by the river. You should take everyone to the forest and let my people take good care of them.
Those bunny ears. Are you one of the Wilders?
You bet I am. Thanks to my ears, I was able to hear them say your name.
You lot issued an exclusion edict and are forcing refugees to leave the Dark Forest. I haven't had a chance to sort things out with you. Look at the weak and elderly. Is this the Wilders' way of welcoming guests? What happened to your once peaceful and benevolent demeanor?
Hold on. What exclusion edict?
Enough talk. I am taking them into the forest, no matter what it takes. Ouch! My arm.
You're injured? That shouldn't be. My blade hasn't even touched you.
Oh my, you're hurt. How about listening first before diving into action?
A sword wielder, 2 talking hamsters, and you. Who are you all, really? What are you going to do about that exclusion edict? Even if that bunny-eared boy gets in, the Wilders will still drive you guys out, because you are all outsiders in the eyes of the Wilders, just like us.
Mr. Corn, we were invited to come down from Hollowstone to help with some small problems in the forest. If I still can't gain your trust, here's my heroic order emblem. And as for these few, this is my friend and his hamster familiars. As you can see, he is a great mage.
You don't have to tell me. I learned that well a moment ago. Now that you've introduced yourselves, here's the story. These refugees from the Remnant Peaks had their village attacked by golems. They've come to the Dark Forest seeking help. They also sought help from Hollowstone, but something odd occurred there and their pleas went unanswered. Forced to flee, they've ended up here.
Well, talk about coincidence. We happen to be the ones involved in the Hollowstone incidents.
What? You?
No, don't get me wrong. What I meant to say is that's too bad. If you go to Hollowstone now, I'm sure those soldiers would be willing to take you in.
These refugees have faced hardships on their journey, with many being elderly or disabled. Now, with ships to and from the Dark Forest widely suspended, they can't leave immediately. You just arrived here from Hollowstone. I understand that you may not be familiar with the forest's expulsion of refugees. Sorry for my impulsive behavior earlier. A very simple and cruel order. Non-wilders are strictly forbidden from entering the forest. Those who enter and stay are promptly expelled without question.
Unbelievable! The Dark Forest has always been a welcoming place for friends from afar, particularly around the docks where there are camps for traders and travelers.
You are half right. Those camps have indeed been a lifesaver, sparing the refugees from rough nights after a long journey. But the exclusion edict is also true.
I don't understand. Why are my people blaming the humans for the corruption? I guess I've been away from home for too long.
Something seems off. How about we have Lorson lead us to the forest and see for ourselves? Just standing around won't help. Let's go investigate further into the corruption and the exclusion edict.
Let me lead the way. I need to know what's the deal with this exclusion edict.